Okay, guys, we want to welcome everyone to the stream. We did do a test stream last night, guys. And like anything else, we are going to work out the bugs. You know, like right now, I'm fine-tuning the output on our headphones, and it just seemed like we were blowing ourselves up. The chat, okay? Any questions that you guys have, can you all please put some question marks, the question, and more question marks. And Linnell is with us tonight. She should be able to say hello.
What if I don't want to?
Oh, wow. That's not very loud, honey. Are you up next to your mic?
It's in front of me now.
Oh, okay. There you are. So Linnell will yell out to us and let us know that you have a question. We are trying some new equipment. We do have some lavalier mics, and you'll notice there's no hanging mics tonight. It was blocking everyone's view. You really couldn't get a good view of what was going on. So please be patient with us. The channel is growing, and I don't mind putting a little money in it to try to make the channel better. So this is the first step. And as I said last night, if we find that these microphones are just too noisy or they don't work out, that's why you have a return policy with some of these companies. If you buy something and you don't like it, return it. You know, if a guitar company builds a guitar and they're wanting $700 for it, and they push that envelope, and it's a $500 build quality, and no one returns it, that guitar company next year, guess what they're going to do? They're going to lower that standard a little bit more until they start getting returns. You, the customer, is that's what they see. Sales and returns. That's all these companies see. So when you purchase a product, your dollar and your return is what they see. So that's what we're going to do. All right. If you don't know, this is Tech Talk. And in Tech Talk, we just go over guitar work, setting up your guitar, maintenance, things that you can do to make your guitar better. And then any questions that you all may have for Brian or myself, we're going to try to answer them. And we don't know everything. That's what the chat section's for. Brian just made a comment. We were having spaghetti. And you guys are going to laugh at this one. Okay. This is how people that work on guitars learn from one another. You've got a rake angle here. And this guitar doesn't have a string tree, okay? So I'm telling him about the Ibanez RG and what it was doing. The two strings here, when you tighten this, they were going sharp, and the two E's wasn't as bad. And he was like, well, if you put more wraps on the post, that lowers the string down and increases the rake angle to where the string will set. I felt, as soon as he said it, I'm like, well, duh.
It's the little things, man.
I never thought about that. And I thought, well, you got all those extra wraps. And he goes, it's a locking nut. I mean, that is such a simple, easy trick to be able to figure that out. And I had never thought about it. So.
They don't know what you're talking about. They haven't seen it.
Oh, okay, guys. You all didn't care about the fancy Rhodes V. You want to see the Ibanez.
Well, they didn't say anything.
Here's the Ibanez, guys. And no, this is not a Fuji gin, but it is one of the good RGs before they went to the shiplap joint. It's a 3-piece neck. It does have the full floating zero bridge, and it has the DiMarzio pickups. So it's quite a sharp guitar. Baby blue, like, well, kind of a dark blue, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of a dark blue. It's got that pearl in it that kind of offsets it when it changes in light.
Yeah, it's got a little pearl. Yeah. But this is Linnell's guitar. She just picked that one up. And it plays really good. I played it for about 3 hours last night. She's going to put padlocks on her guitars because I'm so bad about just continuously playing all her guitars. I got to make a little camera adjustment, guys. But this is Tech Talk, and if you don't know, this is Brian. He's a professional guitar tech and luthier. That's all he does. That's how he makes a living. That's how he feeds his family.
Wait, I feed my family?
Yeah. You feed, well, you don't want to feed your family to other people, but you work on guitars so you can feed your family.
So that's what I'm forgetting. Oh, man.
My point is, in today's day and age, to be able to do that, that means the man knows what he's doing, okay? Because it doesn't take long when you start doing this or that. The guitar community is small, especially when you consider the area you're in. If you mess something up, oh, I took my guitar over here and this guy completely screwed it up. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll never go there. It's something you've got to be on your A game. And I'm not saying you got to be perfect. If you make a mistake, you have to be able to step up and correct your mistake and make sure that customer's happy.
Yeah.
Because if not,
that's it. You're done.
It's a hard career, guys. So I have the utmost respect. All right, I'm going to let Mr. Brian take over because he's got he's got a really cool guitar that we're going to work on tonight, and he's going to let you know what we're going to do to it. We've got some stuff planned.
Yeah. So going back to what you were saying earlier with the break angle, and that's I guess you could say my best advice to anybody is folks always ask me how many wraps do I put on my post, and my answer to that is it depends on the break angle. So in this case, we're going to find out when we take the strings off of this one. But also, like, I'm just going to use a Fender Stratocaster or a Telecaster, for example. Well, you got yours over there, right?
Yep.
Does it got locking tuners or anything?
No, it's got the factory tuners.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, that's right. You're going to get the lockers when those strings wear out in 3 years.
Yeah, I put excess strings on this, guys, and we were talking text messaging back and forth, and he said it would probably be over a year before I would need to replace the strings.
So,
feel the back of the neck. I did a little.
Now you're just teasing me.
Yeah.
That's nice. Is that one going to feel like that? If you
I can make that one feel like that.
There we go.
We're gonna show you how to adjust the back of your neck tonight too, guys.
So the same thing kind of goes for even like a Fender. We have a string tree down here. Of course, everybody knows what that's for. If you don't, it helps with the break angle from the strings to the actual post. Now, when I look at this, now this guitar probably plays fine. And I don't know how well this camera could really pick this up.
That's what I was getting ready to work on. Try to get this set up for you. Whoa.
Actually, by the time I get done talking about this.
It's magic.
If I get done talking about this, you might be getting this tuner sooner than later. So anyway.
All right, I got a camera moved, guys, so let's...
Let me see if I can get this guy in good view here.
It's probably not the right camera. Nope, that's the one behind us. Okay,
Yeah.
We're going to switch it one more time, guys, because we are 100% professionals here.
Oh,
there you go. Now you got the right camera.
Let me see if I can get this guy in there. There we go. So we got our string tree here. I know it's probably pretty hard to see this, but anyways, these two strings run down the string tree, and that helps with the break angle. Takes us to these posts. But the problem I see here is this G string here, this D string, and this A string. And I'm trying to see if I get this to show up as much as possible, but these need to be lower. And the reason being is because it's like shooting straight from the nut to the post, and you can get some kind of weird sounds coming from your instrument when you're hitting those open strings. So since this guitar is not equipped with another string tree,
I'll put you on that one again.
Oh, okay, cool, we're back. But since this one only has the one, I mean, you can install another one if you really want to, or you can just add more wraps to the post and just bring it down.
Yeah, that brings your rake angle down because the string now is getting closer to the neck.
And I know there's going to be folks that probably see this video. It's like, well, that's what the staggered tuners are for. it doesn't always help. It doesn't always
Yeah.
help with the brake angle. I hate to say it. I mean, what was it? It was a Sire. I can't remember the model. Anyways, they don't put string trees on their headstocks.
I gotta go look at my Sire. I don't think it has a string tree.
So the complaint was this, and he thought there was something wrong with his pickup because he was getting this just kind of weird noise coming through when he would hit his treble E string open. Well, it's the brake angle
Yeah, it gets a chimey sound.
that
sometimes.
was causing the issue, and
Yeah.
he was getting a little bit from his D and G string. So what I did, of course, restrung the guitar, but also I took a string tree and I installed it, and
there.
that cleared it right up.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure that when I was putting the new strings on, seeing if if I had more wraps, if I would have done it, it didn't do it.
Yeah, I'd never thought of that. When you said that, I was kind of like, oh, well, that makes perfect sense.
So, yeah, I don't measure about the amount of wraps. I don't care if it's 2, 4, 6. The only thing I care about is that brake angle. That's the only thing that matters to me. As far as the string slipping out of tune and anything, I've been doing this for a very long time. Never had a problem. So, test me.
Yeah, I've got, and you're going to laugh, these are non-lockers,
Mhm.
and I only have
A wrap.
it's a wrap and a quarter.
It's
You
all
know,
right.
and people go, that's going to slip. I've never had an issue with a wrap and a quarter.
I mean, it'll hold. Yeah, it'll hold, and it can stay in tune. But like I say, the problematic just comes with that brake angle. That's
Yeah. That mine's, I can see this one's way, way off there.
So
I can see that.
now the bass E string is closer to the nut, so you don't need as many wraps with that one. You can get away with, usually I do about, of course I always do the top loop, then, I have them come down off the bottom like like the locking method.
Right.
So I usually have 2 wraps about on the bass E string there.
They see.
And on the A string, probably about 4.
Well, since I've got this all screwed up, I'm going to have to put strings on it anyway, so that means I can come down and get those locking tuners.
Exactly, see?
I just got to come. Thanks for that. I mean, now I can justify the $70 for the lock, and Linnell can't say anything.
I say if you want to justify
Because
some more, you're buying them before inflation hits it harder.
The rake angle's wrong. It's going to help the rake angle, and I could put a string tree on it, and the guitar will be 10 times better.
And that's the other thing with locking tuners sometimes, because they can be problematic when it comes to the brake angle, going from the nut to the tuner.
Godot makes 2 different offsets. No, not even with the staggered tuner. Some of the Godot tuners, guys, if you look, the post barely comes out of the guitar.
Yeah.
It's a very, very short post.
They're
very,
really
very
pushing it.
short. I'm trying to think which guitar I have. Oh, the Ibanez RG that I have has it. So
okay.
I'll go in and get that, and while you go over that guitar, and then we'll hold that thought, guys. Let me go get that one, and we'll show you the difference in the posts.
All right. So this fella here, of course, we're kind of at a weird camera angle. But this here will be our Jackson. I'm trying to think of the exact model. I want to say, is it the JS 32, 33? Well, anyways, it'll come to me. And it's in a matte gray, which is really cool. It's got 2 high output Jackson pickups. We got a lot of popping coming through that one mic.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we have our Jackson bridge that is designed by Floyd Rose. We'll see how good she does there. And as we talked earlier, no string tree, so we have to be cautious of that when we're actually putting strings on this fella.
Now, look at how short these posts are.
Let me put this guy down. Weird shapes make me nervous.
When I say short, they are short.
Those are stubs. Man. And this is going to bring, like I was saying, it's that brake angle though. It's a nice, smooth, steady brake angle. It's just straight across. So right there you go.
I just never seen them that short before.
No. That's pretty cool. How much do those tuners run you?
They're very short.
Jupe says, Brian, what do you think about the roller type string trees?
I could care less about them.
The roller, what is it?
Roller type string trees.
Roller type.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one that's got the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've used those on a couple guitars, and I think the only string trees that cause an issue is I call them the bat wing ones.
Yeah.
I think that's the only the little round fender ones. Yeah, this one's got the bat wing.
Mm-hmm.
The round fender ones I haven't had a problem with, but this one sometimes it'll tink.
Yeah, and
It'll make that tink noise.
And that's the thing too with string trees, because it's like anything else, they do wear out over time, and they do start, gaining more friction when you use them. But you shouldn't have a ton of movement, even if you're using the bar or anything. You shouldn't have a whole lot of movement up here to where it affects it. Is my personal thoughts on the roller style. It's a sale gimmick just to get you to buy it, to tell you it does this, and in all actuality, I don't think it's really necessary. I mean, I could be 100% wrong, just my opinion. It doesn't matter. But I never installed them. I don't care about them.
Yeah.
Just my thoughts.
I put them on a couple of mine that had these, and I thought they did a little better.
And I'd say
This,
they could.
in my opinion, this one's the worst.
Yeah,
Of all of them.
and usually I would take those off, and I would, because even Fender makes a higher version of the Batwing, so to speak, but
Yeah.
a lot less friction. So I'll either install that, or like you said, the ones with the little nubby ends.
Yeah, I like that one
Yeah.
on the Fender. So I'll probably do the tuning keys with that one.
Yeah,
But I wanted to show you the stubbies.
yeah, that's pretty cool actually, and I like it. Like I say, you got a nice break angle, and that's what you're supposed to do. But sometimes, yeah, you can install these locking tuners, and you won't get much of a break angle, and that can cause other issues. It's the little things. Yeah, no, I was going to say it's the side guy there.
Oh, I didn't even know which camera we were on. You know how to do that, don't you?
No.
So this is the main button right here. When you want to switch cameras to that one,
I'm
you
trying to
click
find
on
you
that.
on
And if you want to use that camera, you got to come over here, click on that, and then arrow, click off of that, and then click on this one.
We're going to have a training course so I can,
Figure out how to use OBS.
navigate your dual screens here. But now, Jupe, I kind of hope that kind of gives you a little insight on, like I say again, just my opinion. Not that it matters. I mean, if you have great luck with them, that's awesome. But I just don't really feel they're all that needed or necessary.
All right, so what's the first thing we're going to do to this Jackson?
Well, I figured with this one, because I know we talked setup stuff and everything else, but we're talking about break angles, and it goes to show that, all the little details and aspects matter when you're working on your instrument. So I figure we just do the basics. I say we get the strings off this fellow here. We're going to restring it. We're going to test it as far as the break angle goes to that nut. And maybe we'll see if our bridge likes to misbehave. Maybe I'll make it misbehave so we can show easier ways to set that bridge float.
I don't feel any fret sprout. It's a very basic fret dressing, guys. What's the price point on this?
$500. Well, for like $499.95 or something like that. It's $500.
I'd say that's acceptable. Like, there's no sharp frets. What I'm feeling for, guys, is how pronounced the edge of the fret is. So at $500, this is okay. The back of the neck.
Need some of that Avery love.
Yeah, there's something right here, guys. I feel a funny. There's a sanding error right here. Run your finger this way across it, and you'll kind of feel how there's a little bit of, it's not it's not following a true arc. There's like a stubble. Feel that?
Mm-hmm.
So I won't be able to hit that with 1200. I'm going to have to hit it with probably a 600 to get that out, and then down to 800, then 1200. But I can fix it. It's almost like they stayed too long right here. It's got something going. I can get
Well,
that
I would
out.
say
There.
right here, it's almost like a little bit of a crease there.
Yeah, that's the worst spot. So that, guys, trust your fingers. When you're running your hand down the back of the neck, run it across the arc of the neck, run it back and forth. You shouldn't feel something that all of a sudden makes a funny transition. It should have a smooth, linear turn to it, okay? It really should. The Jackson Surfcaster we just reviewed, even though it was abrupt, that guitar is a very flat neck.
Yeah.
It comes and goes like that. It very sharp, but it was consistent all the way down the back of the neck. I expected it. It's just in that one spot. So those are the little things that are really easy to fix. So you tell me what you want to do first. If you want me to do the neck, we can do that before. I mean, either way, I can do it after you do the setup.
Yeah, let's go
ahead. And then
ahead.
we can clean it up afterwards.
Let's go ahead and get some new strings on this fellow. And that way folks can get a little bit more.
Is there a route for the bridge? Does it pull? Oh yeah, there's a bridge. I wanted to see if you could go up and down.
Yeah, it's a full floater.
Okay.
So it's going to be nice.
Have we checked the intonation on this guitar?
We have not. I have not checked anything on this guitar.
I think we should look at the factory setup. Let's see. This guitar has right out of the box, guys. So let's see what a $500 Jackson out of the box does.
All right.
Orange cord right there.
Okay.
Actually, I'll get it. And let's get you hooked up to the strobe tuner.
I can tell you right now, that action is a little crazy high to me. Thank you. Another little fun fact is where the output jack is located, which is on this top fin here. So if you ever have to rewire a new one, and if you don't have enough slack in the wire, you have to pull out the bridge pickup to gain access.
Where?
So right up here.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's actually routed. It goes through here, and it goes to the cavity. So if there's not enough slack in the wire to install a new output jack, you have to take out the bridge pickup so you can run the new wire.
So it doesn't, if we pull the back cover of the trim cavity, it doesn't go through the trim cavity and then over, it comes up and then over?
It comes up, down through here. So yeah, and you see it's all electronics are underneath here.
Oh.
Yeah. I learned that one the hard way.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be too bad, but still.
It's just added labor.
Okay, let's switch cameras, guys, and you guys can get an idea of the factory intonation. So there's our tuner.
Yeah. Okay. So B's a little sharp. Try not to put too much.
I hear
a little weird little resonance.
Yeah, it's got something funny going on.
Might be just coming through the mic that way.
I think it's the gate and the microphone causing that, since it's not plugged in.
This G string's about slammed down. And if you notice, I'm trying not to keep my hand on the back of this neck, because if I add weight, it's going to change the way this tuning is going to.
Doesn't seem like it's horrible.
No.
So that's the A.
Come on. Now it's flat. Okay.
All right, check your E real quick. Open E. First fretted note. What's your first fretted note? That's actually not bad.
Yeah, it's not
Now,
bad.
since it's a locking nut, check your high E. Actually,
Yeah,
that's actually pretty good.
it's pretty impressive.
If it's high and you wanted to, and you set your action height and you get it right, we could remove this. I have a machine downstairs that I can mill this.
Okay.
So if it's sharper on the high E, I can take a little bit off and make the nut set this way.
Oh, okay. I got what you're saying.
Take a thousandth of an inch off of this side and just nothing off of that side.
So it kind of.
Take a thousandths here or 2 thousandths here.
Well, I was going to ask you, what is your approach on setting your nut action on these?
Exact same principle. I'm going to set my action height where I want it, and I'm actually going to go low.
Yeah.
Let's say I want my action height at 0.065.
Okay.
I'm going to set the action height at 0.06,
Okay.
and I'm going to set this to that, and then I'm going to raise my action height.
I got you.
That way, if someone in the future gets the guitar and they want to lower it, there's a little bit of room to go down.
Yeah.
I don't have them so far to where if they lower it, oh, now it's... I give them a little bit of fudge room, and I try to get this first fretted note as close as I can.
I got you.
And I'm just going to bump that action height up after I set it just a little bit.
Nice.
Jupe said he heard popping and cracking at the beginning of the stream, but it seems to be gone now.
Yeah, guys, I think a lot of it is my computer. Tonight, it seems to be working okay. Last night, we really had a lot of problems with popping and cracking. And like I said, we made no changes. Our lavalier mics that we're using, the lavalier mics that we're using just go into an input channel, just like the old mics did. So that's not technically changing or routing, if that makes sense. So we're doing baby steps, guys. It's a small channel.
You'll get there.
Yeah, it'll get there. It's like anything else.
Well, yeah, I was going to say now, as for me, I actually sand a shelf down.
You sand the neck.
Yeah, so I'll put this neck straight, and I'll take me about a 10th thou filler gauge, and I'll use that, run across here, and use kind of like I'm acting as it's the string. And of course, straight neck, and then I'll look at the amount of gap I will have underneath that filler gauge, and I'll make the adjustment to the shelf to accommodate it.
The only issue I've ever had with that, in the future, the R2 and it's either the R2 and the R4 or the R5. It's the exact same spacing. The only difference is from this groove, the bottom of the groove to the bottom of the locker.
Oh, okay.
It's still 42.
Yeah.
They just changed the thickness. So what we did with like Jupe's guitar, I ordered one that was deliberately too tall to machine down.
To machine it down, yeah.
Yeah. I try not to remove material off the neck.
Yeah.
If that makes sense right there.
No, I was going to say, I don't recommend doing that, especially, if it's a lot of material.
Yeah.
Because if it's a lot of material, that tells me that this guy is the major culprit, not the neck. And of course, material you remove can't come back. Well, I guess you could shim it, but still.
The issue is it's not the programming.
Yeah.
If you take a factory locking nut off and you look at the machining on the bottom, they actually, instead of machining R3 in it,
Yeah.
it's reversed. It's a cast part,
Oh,
and that sticks
yeah.
up. It's like, it's supposed to be flat. I'm serious, guys. Take your lock nut off your guitar and feel the back, and the R, the 2, the R3, whatever it is, will be raised up. So you have to compress that into the wood of the guitar. So usually if you're having problems with your nut and you're getting a wobble and you see a crack right here, but it feels tight, it's probably that raised embroidery from the casting. Take it off, use a belt sander or a file, and just file that down flat and reinstall it in the guitar, and you'll notice that that little gap goes away.
What?
And I do that in a review. I see, is there any gap there? And that causes a lot of it.
What pups are in that V?
What pups are in the what?
In the V.
Oh, it's just Jackson Howie outputs. They didn't get into specifics exactly what, you know.
It's a Jackson Lone pickup?
Yep.
Okay. So it's not like a Seymour Duncan or a DiMarzio. It's a Jackson pickup.
Yeah, it was just Jackson.
We'll plug it in and listen to it after we restring it and tune it.
Alrighty. Well, I'll tell you what.
You ready to disassemble this monstrosity?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get to the fun stuff.
So what tools do you...
I'll tell you what, I'm going to unplug
You're going to need
this guy.
a 3mm, aren't you?
That's okay. I got it right down here, buddy.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
You don't want to use my fancy dancy tool?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I got a T handle, but that one is prettier.
Yeah, it's very pretty. So you're not going to need nut files. Or if you're going to use them, I'm not going to let you use my nice ones on that metal lock.
I am not going to use nut files on this. No.
Okay. Well, just just checking.
No, we're not going to do all that. Then I have to buy a part for this thing, and I don't feel like doing all that. Okay.
Here's a truss rod in there.
Oh, sweet. Gonna get out a couple of things here I know we're gonna need.
I don't know what tools that you'll need.
Let's see here. All right. So I'm gonna get the screws out, and I'm gonna let you try to pop that cover off there. I see it gives you as much trouble as it always gives me.
I'm going to get Harbor Freight sells these little mini suction cups. Mm-hmm. And you put it down, it's got two little wings, and you fold the wings up, and they're like a 99¢ at Harbor Freight.
Yeah, I need to
It's a little
invest
mini
in that.
suction cup. You put it on there, and you fold the little wings up, and every time I go in, I forget to get them.
Which is better, SD distortion or DiMarzio super distortion? Any thoughts?
I have no idea why we can barely hear her. I don't know if she's... I can't... We need a Linnell cam just so we can see what she's doing in there.
No, there's no need to see what I'm doing.
You know.
Put this here so I don't lose my screws.
Okay, now repeat that, honey.
Which is better, SD distortion or DiMarzio super distortion?
I mean, I've always told pickups are taste.
Yeah, that's where I stand with it. It depends on what your ear likes. I'm a huge Seymour Duncan fan, so automatically my mind just kind of travels that direction. But the DiMarzio, I hear a lot of good things about. So I'd say it'd be best coming with an open mind and test it out and see what you think.
I would say, in my opinion, the DiMarzio is going to be a little bit more bitey and Vi sounding, Saturani sounding. They have more of a smack you in the face, and the Seymour Duncan seems to be a little smoother. That would be...
That'd probably be a good way to put it.
But really, it's taste, guys. Pickups are taste.
So here's a little tool I made.
Oh, look at that little guy.
I took a dowel rod, some epoxy with a little suction cup, and for the handle is just it's just some shrink wrap there. So that way
I like that.
it works most of the time. It's a simple little thing, but yeah, just
Actually, that seems like it's got quite a bit of suction power.
That's pretty good. Okay, so now we have access here.
So I'm looking at the route, guys. We've got one step down mark. I don't see any step over marks in the route. And there's one step down route in here.
Oh, yeah.
But the top, it's a fast pass. So when they ran across this, they definitely had the feet per minute cranking, but it's not bad. It's actually really, really clear. We're going to switch cameras and I'll try to get you a little bit better view.
There we go. Let me get it. Which camera we at?
I think we're on
This one.
this one.
There we go. There you go. I'll let you.
It's a very, very, very clean route.
I like
it's nicely done.
I like the fact too. It's same color as the guitar.
Yeah, but I like looking at that. Does it matter? No.
No.
But it lets me at least know they've made enough of these to where that they've proofed the program, and it's just good work.
Yeah, they took that a little bit extra time and caring for something they literally didn't really have to care about.
It lets me know they're changing the end mill bit when it it's not smoking. And they're like, oh, just keep running it. And it's just chewing it. That's a sign of a very short bit. When you see this feel and it's flat, that's a very short bit traversing very quickly back and forth.
It was eating some wood, huh?
Yeah, it was definitely going quick. I'd probably say at least 180 board foot a minute.
How heavy is it?
It's pretty light. Like, I don't know if you got a scale out here to give an actual weight.
We do have a scale.
And while he's doing that, because I know we're talking about maintenance. So while we have this back piece off, there is a little screw here that takes also a 3mm, I believe. And that is for your bar. And that keeps that tight. So whenever you go change your strings, oh, there you go. And you get in this thing, always make sure that nut in there is tight. Because if it's loose, it'll just get worse and worse. And this thing will fly apart and you're going to have a lot of fun.
All right, set it on there.
All right, let's see what we got.
$2,946 grams, or 6 pounds, 7.9 ounces. That's actually quite light.
Yeah.
Actually, not bad at all. All right.
There we go. There you are. All righty.
All right, let this mad scientist work.
I'll tell you what, if we can go and show them that little screw in there so they can see what I'm talking about for your trim arm there. And this can be for the folks that may not know what I'm talking about here. But you'll see it right up here. Yeah. Always make sure that guy's tight. Whenever you're in that cavity, always make sure it's tight. Real easy to do. It'll save you a lot of headache.
Now, for those that constantly have the problem, Floyd Rose makes what's called a turbo bar. Okay? The advantage to the turbo bar is this outer piece that's threaded, okay, when it goes into your bridge on the turbo bar, that is fluted. Okay? When you go to put it in the bridge, it is not going to fit. It's designed to compress. So you get it close, it fits in for like about 1/16 of an inch. You put the Allen screw on the other side and then you use an impact and you suck the insert into the bridge. It makes all the difference in the world, guys. Yes, it's a $35 bar, but one, it eliminates the slop because it has 2 pins, and the collar, even if that bolt gets loose, it's not going to spin and drop out because now it becomes a compression fit.
Yeah. Problem solved.
Problem solved. Just thought I'd point that out for people that are having issues with that.
Okay, so we got that out of the way as far as that back plate, because we're going to do this. Now, first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and loosen all these guys up. I'm just going to back them all the way up. They shouldn't fall out, but if they do, screw it back in. And sometimes I'll take this opportunity as well, and I'll take little 3-in-1 oil, and I put these little whip tips like you see for glue. I'll put these whip tips on these things, and that way I can just get a little drop in there and I'll work it in. That helps smooth it out a lot. Alrighty, so we got this backed out. Yeah, we ain't worried about the tuning. So next, fancy tool. I'll show you how to get spun around here.
Yeah, I'm looking at the upper route. The routing on this guitar, guys, is very clean. It's well done, Jackson, on the routing.
This thing's so awkward.
I know this isn't a guitar review, and they're like, well, Avery, it's a new guitar. How come you're not reviewing it?
Well,
I don't know.
Actually, I'm gonna put these in here so I don't lose them.
This is a tune-up from Jackson before it goes to the floor. Just looking at it, all these edges, guys, this edge through here is broken.
I'll tell you what, I mean,
I don't feel anything funny.
we can nerd out on this for a minute. We got time.
I love these guitars, but I don't play standing up enough.
You gotta play classical style, man.
I know. I had a 7-string like this, and I liked it because it had the funny Jackson pointy headstock on it. And I thought it was unique with the offset V. It was a cool guitar. I ended up selling it because we buy and review, then sell.
Yeah.
But I like this too. This is cool.
Alrighty. So anyway, let's see here. So I got the lockers off there. And let's see. Is Steve with us tonight?
Yep.
Steve, where you at? Which camera am I on? There we go. This
You're
camera.
on that camera.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. Just wanted to give you a shout out, buddy.
Yeah, Steve made us a bunch of cool tools. He sent out two of these tools that he printed on his 3D printer, or I think his son printed it, and then sent them out to us. And he's added cork to the back of it. Check that out. So Brian has modified the part. It's pretty cool.
But now, for anybody that's never done this before, these are going to be a lifesaver. If you don't have these, take your string pack, fold it up real nice and tight. I ain't got one to show you how to do that. But if you take your string pack and fold it up, you can slide underneath there and that'll help keep that bridge from falling down. The reason why I go ahead and back all these out is because when this sucker is in place, it becomes a lot more troublesome to back them out. So I'll just do it right away. So now, while I'm here, I'm going to investigate this nut. And yeah, see, we got a little play. See how much play we got there.
Yeah.
So that tells me right off the
So
bat.
what he's looking for, guys, is right here. He's looking to see if this string will move in the backside of the nut when he pushes here. Right there.
In which this case it does, and it does for quite a bit.
So when you have a locker and you tune your guitar and then you lock it and it goes up in pitch, that's because when it compresses this string down on here, it increases the pitch. So without a string tree you could get that and you would adjust it back and forth to eliminate that issue.
Wicked Fester printed one of those, but he used felt on his.
Yeah, felt works good too.
Yeah,
And
felt.
he printed a neck cradle as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
well, maybe we can, if we keep this up, man, we can get a free neck cradle too. Maybe they'll print one of those and send it.
Yeah, I'm getting...
Steve said internet is spotty, but you're welcome, Brian.
Thank you, Steve. You're awesome, man.
It's a great community, man, when they send you free tools.
It really, well, it's a big help too, because as you can see right now, we're going to be doing this little demonstration here, and we're going to be using that guy. So right off the bat, I can tell that G string has a lot of wraps on it. I want to need some more because I want to bring that down. So Well, I'll be wrapping that sucker up tight. The B string, not so much. And it doesn't have a lot of movement, but it needs a little help.
Now, let me ask you a question. If this was your guitar, would you continue to do that, or would you just install a string tree?
I'd probably install a string tree.
I think I would too.
Yeah, it'd be a lot less, this.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of wraps. I would put a string tree here and get it pretty close.
Yeah,
with a string tree.
that's exactly what I would do if it was mine.
And I know guys are probably saying, well, that's pretty simple. There are 50,000 different lengths of string tree. And what you need to pay attention to the most, there's 2 screws in the string tree. You need to make sure that the screw location of the string tree, one, is going to be in between the strings to where the string pull doesn't hit it. And it also needs to clear the cover for the truss rod adjuster. So before you think I can just get on Amazon and order any string tree, no. Take your measurement across here, make sure that the holes are going to work and it's not going to hit your cover, and it's going to clear your strings.
And I was going to say, that's the one thing about this particular design, because that cover is wide on this sucker.
Yeah. I was just looking at it.
So for me, I'd probably just take the cover off and leave it.
It depends on what's underneath there.
How ugly it is.
If it's a nice, clean, shallow route, you could take this and machine this like this, cut this out on your belt sander, and then that you could get a string tree where the screw spacing is closer. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of this going straight, you could cut a divot here and here, and that would allow your string, your 2 screw spacing on your. When you guys get on Amazon, look. That's why they give you the drawing of the screw spacing on those string trees and the length. You really need to pay attention to that.
You know what? I want to need a little weight here.
You're going to need some weight.
Yeah, because this guy's not wanting to put... I might be able to...
Well, you know what? We act like we don't work on guitars. I'm going to go down and get you a neck cradle.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, I was going to say, I left my beanbagger at the shop. And that's another little tidbit, too. If you have an instrument like this that wants to rock around and move, acoustic guitars are particularly good about that when you're working on them. You can always just take like a nice little beanbag or something and put it on the bout, and that'll kind of help hold it steady. Oh, come on there.
See if that'll...
See if I can... Oh, look at that. Problem solved.
Imagine that. See, Avery holding out on you.
Yeah, there's a lot of wraps on this G. My God. It's about to get more. Is this an opportunity you like to look at that truss rod cavity?
You want to look at it? Let's check it out in there.
Yeah, why not? We got the guitar. Let's have a little fun with it. Okay. Now something else I like to do as well is when I take the strings off, I take all these holes in these posts and I face them towards the nut. That's gonna make it.
You gotta check make sure they're tight.
Yeah.
Since this is fresh out of the box.
Yeah, because this is where I won't get fancy. Use my nut driver. Now, this is me being particular. Let's see if these things are actually made of any kind of metal. No. That's the one thing that irks me about Jackson when it comes to some of their screws for the truss rod covers, man.
You didn't know Chinesium doesn't stick to magnets.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what soda can this is made of.
Actually, that's not too bad, guys.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So it's not all torn out. It's got a nice sheen. pretty decent. Sometimes you open these up and it looks like a gerbil got in there, just, you know, a beaver chewed the route.
That or it's caked full of compound.
Yeah, there's a little bit of compound in it, but it's not bad. See the little bit of white right there, guys?
Yeah.
That's actually really, really nice.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and test these
Kudos again, Jackson.
So you don't want to make these too tight because you can break them or you can damage the headstock. So that one's good. And usually I just go just enough where my finger and thumb can just like that right there. Oops, kind of slipped off there.
While you're doing that, I'm going to do a refill.
Good. These ain't that bad actually. Yep. So that's good. So my finger and thumb can't push it no more. We're going to leave it right there. And next I'm going to check the actual, what I'll call tuning of these tuning buttons. Here,
Just
I'm
thought
going
I'd remind you.
to spin these guys. They seem pretty.
Nothing now when he goes in the kitchen. Everyone hears me. I know, that's why I'm wearing the lapel mic. Everyone can hear. Everyone in the kitchen and Nell and them are just having a conversation that no one else can hear. Oh, I got a lapel mic on. I forgot.
Well, look, okay. Beretta Vandy came in. He said, Avery's going to hate me. I picked up another Series 1 Vandy in black.
Oh my gosh.
And a blue Nitro 3 custom in blue.
Okay. Talking about just digging that knife in me even more on the Vandenberg and the Nitro.
Now, as far as what I call tuning these tuning buttons here, I'm sorry, just thinking about this conversation.
Yeah, they're talking about the chat, so they know that I like PV Vandenbergs. So someone found another Vandenberg and bought the Vandenberg. He also bought a PV Nitro.
Yeah.
So they're just
I'm pretty sure he's the same
just
one.
digging the screwdriver in.
I'm pretty sure he's the same one that has a pink Vandenberg that you wanted.
Yeah, he's got the one I really, really, really want.
So there's two different washers that's in these fellas. One is it's a little metal washer. I can't remember the exact name of it. But anyways, and you usually have a nylon washer in there, also known as a friction washer. And that's what allows this guy to do its job. But I'm trying to think of a good way I can actually show how I'd like to do this without breaking this stuff. So I'm going to back it all the way out and pretend this feller's all loose. So what I'll do, I'll put my screwdriver in and I'll just turn it until my finger and thumb can't push it no more. Then I'll actually take the tuning key itself. Instead of turning my screwdriver, I'll turn it until it feels decent. And that's it. I do them all the same way. And,
Tech tip.
yeah. And it won't break it. It won't break the friction washer. And yeah, that's how I tune those. So when I get it all in, I'll actually hold the screwdriver in and just lightly turn.
So you're
the tuning key.
using the tuner.
And I feel it, yeah. And when it feels, like it's starting to get a little snug, that's it, I'm done.
Okay.
Simple.
I like that.
It's just a simple little way to do it. Safe way. Okay. Now it's time to get these guys out.
Another tech tip.
So we're going to move these strings out of our way. Now when I do this, I like to actually lift up on the bridge.
Oh, now you're going to get spoiled.
And
Feel that engagement?
oh, that's so nice.
Now wait till you go to pull it out. You'll feel it stick.
Yeah, it's, man. Speaking of sticking, there we go. So I'll pull that out, and I'm going to actually screw this guy back in because I don't want to leave any.
You don't want to lose the locking nut.
Well, between that, but I've had these guys strip on. Well, I say strip, not this part, but the saddle right here where this locking nut goes into the saddle.
Yep.
They'll strip it right out.
Jupe knows all about that.
Yeah.
He sent me a guitar with a strip saddle.
So back this one out, pull the filler out. I'm going to put it back in until I'm done with the rest of maintenance. I'm ready to put in the next string, to the next one. You know what, let me just lean down here so I can actually see where I'm trying to slap this thing. There we go. Thanks, sir. Yeah, move right along. Get in there. Did that just come out that easy?
Yes, it did.
That's a scary thought, because I barely turned this sucker. Okay, next. Alrighty.
That one had a little something on it.
There we go. Sweet. Alrighty. Alright, strings are off, and yes, whenever I do this job, I don't do one string at a time. I'll take them all off the same time. Yeah, you do it like this, you'll be fine. It ain't gonna change nothing, ain't gonna hurt nothing. Alrighty. A lot of folks always tell me, it's like, oh, I ain't changing one string at a time.
And believe it or not, I do too.
Yeah, that's cool.
But when I'm just changing strings, one string at a time, I do not use that.
Oh, okay.
There's not enough variation in the fulcrum
Exactly.
to damage the knife edges.
So I know we're not really reviewing it, but one thing I like to do is actually feel the wood on these fingerboards, because sometimes they can feel really gritty and grimy.
What is that right there? Is it just...
I think it's compound. The little trick they use in the factories is after they do whatever with the frets, they'll actually run a buffer. Well, they will take it to the buffing wheel.
And buff it back and forth.
Vandy said,
Do you want to clean it up? I have fret erasers and I have F1 oil.
I got something fun for
You got F1 oil in
We'll
there?
use F1 oil last.
Vandy said he also picked up a 74 Fender Twin, a Yamaha bass, and a Trace Elliott bass head.
Where's this guy live? So I get all that cool stuff.
I love Trace Elliott. Just so you guys know. I'll put on... I love Trace Elliott.
Yeah, he has the Red Nitro 3 also.
Now he's bragging.
Yeah. That's okay.
Well deserved.
Okay. You continue on. Now I've had about enough of this.
I think
Hold on.
He's had the
You
Red
just
Nitro.
come on. You keep them busy while I go get something.
Okay, so yeah, so right now is the perfect opportunity if you, of course, want to polish your frets, whatever the case is. All the strings are out of your way. These frets actually don't look that bad. They got a little bit of oxidation on them. I don't see no heavy tool markings or anything of that, not at least underneath this light. So I just want to get some of the oxidation off, clean them up a little bit, and while I'm doing that, I'm also going to clean the fingerboard off. And I'm going to use just this one little piece of cloth here. It's Miracle Cloth of all things. And I started using it years ago when I was experimenting different ways of doing this. And it does a phenomenal job. And it's safe on fingerboards. And this is all you do. You just run down the neck, you clean it up, and I'll let Avery see this.
Every time he goes back there, it sounds like an airplane in the headset.
So this compound bit here too. And we can already see how much oxidation I'm taking off these frets. So, which camera are we on here?
That one.
There you go. I only did one fret so far.
Okay. All right, guys, are you ready for this? 1988 PV Active Nitro. Mint condition.
Okay, I'm going deaf.
Mint. Look at the shine. No dents. Look, even the bridge. There's no wear on the bridge. It's, can you say it? Never been played. Look, the brass. No wear.
Isn't that the one I said I was going to steal?
Yeah, you're not stealing it.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Look, and a 2700 killer Kaler, the world's best tremolo that's ever been made. And I'm sorry if you think you have a better tremolo, you would be wrong.
Devastator said $5.
No.
$22.50.
So is he still in here?
Yeah.
Vandenberg Vandy still in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look.
He just commented. He said, I grew up.
Well, it didn't have a dent.
It does now.
He said, I grew up 2 blocks from the #1 PV factory, and my grandfather's PV employee number was 0007. So yeah, got PV in my blood.
That's awesome.
He just, every time I think I can get and give him a poke, he just goes, Well, there's one twice as hard.
He also said his Kalers are well worn.
Yeah. I bought this one just for this reason.
And Devastator said Brian is getting pricey on me. And DMT Guitar says it's not mint anymore. LOL.
I don't think I heard it. I'm looking. I didn't put a dent in it.
Nah, it sounded worse than it was.
Check that. It's a beautiful freaking guitar, guys. They made very, very few of the active PVs. And this one is mint.
Okay, there we go.
Beautiful. If you have the opportunity, guys, to buy one of these instruments, PV in mid 80 to about 92 made fantastic guitars. It's such a shame what happened to PV Electronics.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Show and tell's over. He still won. He got another Vandenberg, and
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna get me a pink Vandenberg with this bridge someday.
Vandy said he's still looking for a classic 50 for you, I believe.
I am looking for a PV Classic 50.
Oh yeah.
I want a nice one. I don't want a tore up one. I would prefer the tweed one and not the black one.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple. I'm just waiting. But I definitely want one.
Devastator said, okay, I sold a dozen eggs, so tell Brian
And look.
$25.
Look, no chip in the beak. Check that out. Look, mint. A mint nitro beak.
You know, I'm going to need hearing aids when you're done.
Getting excited.
I love my nitros, guys.
That's a cool guitar. I ain't seen that one yet.
Yeah, this one doesn't come out much.
He was holding out on me. All right.
Look, there's that airplane again.
You got any questions yet? Anything?
No.
All right. So anyways, yeah, I went ahead and took the Miracle Cloth, and you can use it on the fingerboard. I don't recommend using it on the maple fingerboard, and it's also good for chrome hardware to clean it up. Don't use it on gold, because gold plating is real thin, and it will take it right off there. There we are.
Oh my gosh.
This is a brand new instrument. Just saying. That's why I started using it.
What,
Coconut oil.
Oh, it's coconut oil.
Touch the fret.
I use coconut oil to cook with.
I was like,
Feel the fret.
Jupe said Avery.
Oh, that's cheating.
Jupe said Avery, leave your door unlocked tonight. I'll leave the milk and cookies on your table. Oh,
Actually, that did a...
And some mayo sauce.
Hold on, honey. You're going to have to repeat because I don't have my headphones on.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, what was that?
Jupe said, leave your door unlocked tonight. He'll leave the milk and cookies on your table and some mayo sauce and bit of honey.
I got to cut the bit of honey, guys, as much as I like it. I went to the dentist to have one of my teeth worked on. And I think I'm just to the point where I love Bennett honey, but I got a bad tooth.
And Vandy said his is beat up, but then again, he's had it since and used it in about 20 bands across 9 states.
Oh, I can show you my Vandenberg. It's got dents and chips in it. And the PV Nitro that I actually play active, it's pretty beat up too.
Oh, since new. Sorry.
But I do have two. I have another Nitro that's Humbucker single that's mint. I've only played the guitar maybe 20 or 30 times.
Oh, wow.
Since it was new. I bought it off Roger as a backup guitar.
Oh, wow.
Just to have something in case I broke a string.
Yeah.
And it would sit on the stage, and some nights it never got played. And
Nick says, have you ever took the saddles out and installed the strings and used the eyelet instead of the saddles? Don't cut string.
Yeah, I've seen it come in. I'll put it that way. It does work.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it, but it does work.
With the Floyd Rose Special, the issue the Special has is the soft metal on the saddles stripping from the nut. Another issue the Special has, it's a little softer metal on the bridge, the plate here. So it's not as bad as this new Floyd Rose that all these budget guitars are using. And what's sad is LTD started using it. The one with the screen printed Floyd Rose right here.
Oh yeah.
It's really soft metal. It's cheaper than the Special.
Oh wow.
So now you've got that Floyd Rose, then the Special, then the 1000, and they no longer make the German one. So don't buy a USA Floyd Rose for at least another year. Let them get their tooling figured out.
Yeah.
Because they're having some tooling issues. What do they call it? They're teething with their new machinery. And I'm not picking on Floyd Rose. I don't care which company it is. When you buy new machines, because Floyd Rose never made their own tremolos.
Be trial and error.
Yeah, Schaller was making them. So there's a learning curve there. So let them get through their learning curve, and I'm sure the USA bridge will be a great bridge once they get their programming straight.
Vandy said, by the way, on my Nitro, the humbucker can be coil split, so it acts like a standard Strat.
My active Nitro can too. I have an EMG 89 in the bridge position, and it's coil split.
There we go. All right, so now we got our frets cleaned up, our fingerboard cleaned up. Now we're going to put our limit oil on there.
Now that can't be Indian Laurel.
I don't think it is.
I'm thinking that's probably rosewood. That's very dark. That's very pretty.
I'm still getting stuff off of that.
Right
fingerboard.
here, man. See that? Right there.
Steve said you can send the red PV to him for a permanent review.
See what that is. What was that, baby?
Steve said you can send the red PV to him for a permanent review.
Actually, guys, I need to work on that guitar. PV had a run of instruments where if I pull the guitar back out, you'll notice the killer, the saddles can move this way and this way. And all the saddles are off position they're not in the center of the bridge. They have shifted the saddles this way because of the way the neck is set in the neck pocket. So I need to recenter all the saddles and adjust the neck in the neck pocket and get the guitar set up right.
That little piece is on the tip of this. If you want to bust out a magnifying glass, it looks like it almost kind of looked like a part of an inlay, like a fragment.
Yeah, it was definitely in the cleaning process.
Are the Korean Floyd Roses FR1000 made by Ping?
I've heard that. I just know that I haven't had any problem with the Korean-made FR1000s. I think we have a video on that, guys, how to build a better bridge, and trust me, that is a great video. Go to our main channel and just how to build a better bridge, Floyd Rose bridge. And we build two bridges. We build a bridge for Jupe, which is the stupid high-end, just the coil, okay, in Jupe's guitar is $90. And you're like, he spent $90 for a claw? Trust me. It's called a tone claw. It's stupid nice. Yeah, it's so over the top, but it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful bridge. In that video, we also take an FR1000 base plate and we build a cheaper Floyd Rose, okay? Both of those bridges will outperform the high-end Floyd Rose. Now, Jupe's bridge would be about $100 more than the high-end Floyd, and the other bridge we built is about $100 less than the high-end Floyd Rose bridge, and both are superior bridges to the standard. So don't buy a Floyd Rose bridge. Buy parts and build it yourself. And that video will show you step by step how to build both bridges. It's a good video.
Heck yeah, man. All right.
That's really turned out nice.
Now this is what I do with every guitar that we have on our wall. And after the strings get worn out from the factory, when I put new strings on it, I always go through, one, make sure everything's tight and all that fun jazz. And then I'll come through and make sure that neck is cleaned up, frets are deoxidized, and fingerboard has been freshened up with some lemon oil.
The big thing I see with what you've done is the frets now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what's surprising, you didn't use a fret eraser.
Mm-mm.
You didn't use a Dremel to polish it.
Mm-mm.
You didn't really use any abrasives, and these frets feel wonderful.
And Devastator said Gabriel is still loving it too, Avery.
I'm trying to remember what we did for Gabriel.
He talking about the bridge.
Oh,
There we go.
yeah.
That's done.
I couldn't remember who the other bridge was for, so it was Gabriel and Juke.
And Niles said, "Can Brian tell me what his opinion of the Ibanez Edge /02 compared to the Floyd 1500?"
I actually like the Edge. I actually like the Edge bridges. And mostly from a text point of view is, well, you know,
Yeah.
it's the accessibility of working on it. So, like, for example, we got our locking nuts here in the back. These are angled in the front. So much easier to work with.
Now, is that on all of them or just the Edge Low Pro?
As far as all the ones I've seen, and I could be wrong,
Okay.
you know, but as far as all the ones I see, they all pretty much have that design.
Okay.
As far as functionality, I don't play them personally enough to say, you know, this one is greater than the other. I'm sure that each one probably has its pros and cons, but I'll be the wrong guy to ask on as far as that goes.
My opinion is the Floyd is a little stiffer feel, and the Edge bridges have a little bit smoother feel.
Okay.
And just like the Floyd Rose, there's different grades of the Edge. Like the Edge bridge that they put on some of the S models, the knife edge is a little soft on them. They wear quicker. But the Edge bridge they put on the Jim
Yeah.
and the Saturani model, very solid.
Miracle cloth?
Jupe said that
I
bridge
got tons.
that bridge on my Schecter is superior to what it came stock.
Oh yeah, there's no difference between a Floyd Rose Special and what he has now.
And Niles said mine has the weird roller wheel in the spring cavity.
Oh, right.
I know exactly which one.
Yeah.
Man, I remember when I first seen one of that, I was like, what do I do with this?
Now, there's a company called Sophia, and the weight in the block in the back of the tremolo is separated. And there's two springs in it, and it has a threaded thumb wheel. And the thumb wheel is accessible from the back. It's called a global tuner.
Mm-hmm.
And they make one for the Edge. They make one for the Floyd Rose. I don't think they make it for the Kaler. I could be wrong. But that's another system that you can add to the Floyd Rose to make it a little nicer. If you look back on some of the S models, when Ibanez had their proprietary bridge with the two bearings right here, they were using a very simplified version of a global tuner on that bridge. And of course, just like Dave Kaler, Floyd Rose sent a cease and desist, we're going to sue you, and Ibanez only made the bridge for about a year and a half. So any company back then that made a good bridge, Floyd Rose was very much like Fender and Gibson. You just will sue you.
Yeah, stop it.
Stop it. Bad bridge builders, stop it.
That's ours. I'm trying to find a place to put these strings out.
And that was the reason why I wouldn't play a Floyd Rose for years, over the Kaler crap.
Yeah.
And I say it all the time. If it was a licensing issue, how come Dave Kaler could not produce the 2700 Killer and put licensed by Floyd Rose on it?
Yeah.
In court, he could not build the bridge. Period. Oh, but you can build one that looks even more like a Floyd Rose and call it a Kaler. But you can't build that bridge. It was bad.
But yeah, I know we couldn't see it underneath the light, but when you get some of these frets that are really oxidized, and you take that stuff to it, dude, night and day. It's
Yeah,
amazing. It's amazing.
Guys, it's a big difference in the. What I'm seeing is he didn't polish them with a tooling. He didn't fret erase them. He just rubbed them out. He hand rubbed the frets.
Mm-hmm.
That's highly impressive for what he did.
Yeah, that's what brought me onto that product. And like I say, if you get any chrome hardware, it works really good for that too.
That's very impressive since you didn't go over that with a fret eraser or a polishing wheel or nothing.
Nope. And they're nice and slick and smooth.
Yeah. That's what I'm like that.
It's the little things, man.
That really shocks me that they turned out that well without going further into it, if that makes sense.
He's going to have to do it all over again. You're going to get fingerprints all over him.
Well, I was going to say, now, if you have frets and there's a lot of tool marks and stuff in them, scratches, obviously you're going to have to take an abrasive. But for the most part, that right there will just clear it out. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and get started with this.
Mikey said, what was it?
You missed that part of the conversation. You have to rewatch it. Sorry, Mikey. No, it's called Miracle Cloth. You can buy it off StewMac.com. I suggest buying it off Amazon because you get a tons of it. That'll last you a lifetime, and it's only like $20. And when the cloth turns black, keep using it. Keep using it until it stops working. Okay, and I'll demonstrate the next one because I know I kind of want to put that one in. But yeah, I think there's other companies like Gorgamite, Lizard Spit, kind of the same pretense.
Yeah, Lizard Spit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, Miracle Cloth. I use it. Been using it for years. Love it.
Yeah, I've heard of the Lizard Split or Spit.
So I'm raising this bridge up to take the tension off this locking screw, backing it out, and I'm making sure that this string is going to
bottom out, and it's in the center.
Yep, you got her. Then I'll tighten her up. There we go. And when I'm tightening it, I'm not trying to hulk it. I'm just, like I say, letting my fingers and thumb kind of do the work.
You can't hulk a special little strip.
Yeah. Yes, it will. And typically, I like just to get all my strings in place before I even start at the headstock.
Oh, you're going to give this squirrel a squirrel headache if you do that. I'd be like, ah!
Be all over the place.
Yeah.
So again, lift her up. Eventually find where you need to go here. There we go. Back it up. I'm waiting for the jokes to start pouring in on the chat there.
Mm-hmm.
If they ain't already. There we go. We're locked in. There we go.
That's the beauty of us going back and rewatching the stream. We get to see all the things that Linnell didn't tell us.
Man, that was a good one.
Oh, yeah, they're Devastator spat out a good one.
And for anybody who's new at doing this, when you clip these, take the winding off too. Don't just clip off the ball end. Take that winding off.
Oh, come on, man. The little winding right here acts as grip.
Oh, yeah?
Okay? That little bit of extra, when the block hits it, it dents into the block and it acts like teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was told.
Yeah. What it'll do, it'll chew up your block. And don't get me wrong, these blocks do wear out. So if you ever notice that you have one that keeps wanting to slip out, check your block and see if there's a groove in it. If so, it's time for some new blocks.
Guys, if you guys have a Floyd Rose special, there's a company called Cash, okay? You can get them on Amazon. It's like $49. It comes with the stainless steel blocks, these screws on the back, okay? And then the locking screws. Believe me, your special will thank you.
Yeah, went somewhere.
Put that, they'll never strip. They won't. Other than that, I wouldn't do too much more to the special. But when you go to upgrade again, keep your Cash saddles. Buy yourself an FR1000 base plate and FR1000 posts. Swap those out in 2 years. Once it stops returning to zero, put your old cast saddles back on the FR1000 bridge, and you're good. You can reuse your parts as you upgrade.
All right. I had the E string that went rogue, and it decided to.
Oh, I think it's right there.
There it is.
Look, my little squirrel eyes saw that.
There we go. And these blocks are magnetic. It's in these saddles, so if you ever need to get a part of a broken string out, whatever the case is, you can use a little magnet to get them out of there.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
There's certain reasons, like at work, I can't, the little stud finders you use on the walls, I can't use the darn things.
You talking, which
Just,
one?
little tools, you put them on the wall, it finds the studs.
Yeah.
I turn the thing off before I get to the wall, it's chirping. I can't, it turned on, it just beep, 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 beep.
I thought you was going to be the dad joke. So every time I hold it like this,
Well, that's what I meant. When I turn it, it just goes off. I can't. Bad joke, I know.
I love it. I love it. It's the best one ever. Okay.
The king of dad jokes is in the chat. That's Steve.
Steve?
I'm telling you, Steve is the king of any dad joke, if you guys don't believe me.
Well, some of the stuff on Discord,
That's exactly right, Discord.
Him, Jupe, and
yeah,
Zach.
Jupe has got some pretty good ones on Discord, too.
Okay, I tell you what.
We're going to switch cameras so you guys can see what's going on right here. All right. Now you're on that camera.
I tell you what, let's see if we can get a close-up of this guy right here. This little problem that we keep mentioning to hopefully get folks to see what we're talking about. So I pulled the string all the way through, and if you notice when I push it in, we got this right here, a little bit of play right there. That's where the problem comes in without having that string tree. So when you say you have the string wound up, you put your locking nut on there after you have it all tuned up, well, guess what? Now you're sharp. And that's the culprit right there. So we're going to have to add some wraps around this post here to try to eliminate that as much as possible. We got to do that for all of them since we don't have a string tree. Good times.
Good times with no string tree.
So how I try to kind of guesstimate how many wraps we're going to put on here to eliminate that, I'll just do this. I'll pull the string through and I'll just kind of push down here and see about where this path is leading to where I can eliminate it.
You're going to do better at that than me.
So here's how I do it. All right, so it needs about this. I'm going to say 2 to 3 wraps is going to eliminate that.
I'm going to guess. I'm going to say at least 3.
All right. So how do I get 3 wraps? I'm not going to wrap it.
I've never done it that way, so I'm sure there's probably, you're going to calculate maybe a 1/4 inch back for every wrap, or there's probably some calculation that you figured out.
I use the frets.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm going to hold it here. So I know if I pull this string, this is just from doing this, if I pull that string right about here with my slack, I'm going to have 2 wraps. Pull it here, I'm going to have between 3 and 4. So what I'll do, I'll pinch it, hold it here and I'll grab it here at the nut, and I'll just floss it through until I get my slack.
So you're saying about right here you should get 4 wraps?
I'm thinking between 3 to 4. I always add 1 to the top. I do them all. Get my top wrap on. So my index finger, you probably see me holding the string kind of weird. My index finger is what's going to help guide it. So I got tension pushing down. These fingers in the back are pulling the string up, so that way it keeps the string tight. And kind of prove it, So there we go. And now we're going to start wrapping. Get it underneath, make sure it stays uniform.
And you're doing a little lock trick to it.
Yeah. And this guitar is not that you really need it. It's just, like I say, I do it to all. I do the same thing with acoustic guitars, mandolins, banjos. They all get it. Let's see how close I am with my estimate here.
Wow.
There you go. So as far as that, I think we're good. If there is any, it's just very little.
It's very little.
And of course, by the time I tune it, it'll probably take that up.
Yeah.
Hopefully. If not, then
Any other time, man, when I see I would be like going ballistic. But since there's a locking nut, I kind of get it. But it still looks very strange to me.
it does. It looks weird. And that's the thing because, well, I always put a BB King, when he would put a string on his guitar, I mean, he used the whole string. He didn't clip them. He just ran through and he just wound it. He used the whole string.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Okay.
now I feel like it'd get really sloppy and I feel like it would have slipped. But as long as you have this uniform stagger with this string.
Right, there's no gap.
And after, you stretch it a few times and tune it, you ain't got to worry about it slipping or anything like that. It'll be fine.
Wicked Fester said, I give the low E on my Jackson Dinky as many raps as it will take.
Yeah.
Really?
He's getting that
Okay.
break angle, man. That break angle.
Guys, that's what this channel's about. Like when Brian first come over, he goes, "We'll try this," and I never thought of it. But when other people in the comment section are saying, "Well, I've done this for that reason," it just amazes me. I mean, I've been doing this a long time. I just never seen anyone do it, or no one ever said anything to me about doing it, and I never thought about doing it.
It's one of those silly, because when I first started learning about this and started seeing it and everything, it kind of blew my mind. I was like, man, I've been doing this for years. How did I not
Yeah, I
think,
just never thought about
never thought
the
about
relationship of that like that. Okay.
But yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about this kind of community, because when folks speak up and stuff, I mean, we all get an opportunity to learn. It's great. That's one thing I love about doing this work. All right, same thing with this guy. I pull it through, see how much I'm going to need. So I'm going to need about the same. I'm going to give it just a little bit more because the distance is a little further. So instead of 2, I'm going to pull about 2.5, 2.25, just estimated. See where it takes me. Top wrap. And give her a spin.
So far, guys, if you guys don't know, if you've been paying attention, there are no big microphones hanging. We're using lavalier mics. And another shout out to Sweetwater. This is the microphone that we are using tonight.
Okay. Would a string retainer or string tree on a Les Paul / Chipson help with tuning stability such as the G string?
No. And always why I say that, because
It's the pull on the G string going like that, right? It's just the nature of the Les Paul.
I'm not going to lie, I don't have much issue with the G string tuning issue on Les Pauls. I don't have it. It's mostly, it's don't get me wrong, it's a real anomaly, but it comes to the way the guitar can be strung. It could be the lack amount of wraps around the post. It could be friction in the nut, or it could be not properly stretching the string and tuning it and stuff. Right. But I never, it gets to a point to me it actually stabilizes. So when a lot of folks say they have a problem, it's like, well, it does exist, but it's yeah.
I think it's any guitar that has the pull like that.
Mm-hmm.
The string is being pulled at such an angle out of the backside of the nut. Guitars with straight pulls usually don't have that issue.
Yeah.
Devastator said we're past box time. Stop the presses.
Well, we're going to wait because we got quite a bit to go on. It shouldn't take Brian too long just to do the last 3 strings, and then we'll take the Vox break at that point.
So yeah, we got this right here. So again, we got a lot of slop, a lot of play in here. I'm going to have to add even more wraps to this guy because the string is thinner and there's a lot more play. So this time I'm going to pull about 3 frets back.
Wow.
Maybe just a hair a little bit more just to be safe. And we're going to wrap her up. And let me try and make this quick. Now, the other thing that sucks.
Okay, guys, that is just crazy. That is so out of my... out of my thought range, if that makes sense.
But now, what's really cool about this is when we start getting this thing tuned up, I'll show you how stable it can be.
Okay.
Even on this.
I don't doubt you, man. I don't doubt you one bit. It's just, I guess maybe it's me going, how many times I looked at a guitar that was done that going, okay, what in the blazing hell is going on here?
Well, I look at it, I was like, man, that, like me, I'd look at it, I was like, man, that looks ridiculous. That's ugly, you know? But it's like, why would you need that? We need that break angle.
It's amazing how we get used to seeing something and we just instantly judge. And I'm saying it because I've done it.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. I'm there with you, man.
You know?
Vandy said the wife heard G string and says, I'm pushing my luck. Had to explain to her a different G string.
Wow. Oh. I'm very fortunate, guys, because the lady that you all hear in there that will not allow the Linnell cam, just so you guys know, the band was playing in Winchester, and we had a practice place, and she literally lived 300 foot from where we were practicing, and she would come up. Now, we practiced right on the, back then people used to cruise. You'd get in your car and you'd just cruise a circle through town.
It was the Strip.
It was the Strip. Well, that turnaround spot is where our band was renting a spot, okay, to practice. And she would come up pretty much every weekend and watch the band play and stalk. Okay. Now, not only did the band play there, but 3 doors down, there was a waterbed store. And I worked at that waterbed store, and she would stalk me during the day. Yep. And I was up on the ladder one day painting the windows with sails, you know what the sails were?
Oh, yeah.
And she walks by and she goes, oh, nice butt.
That's not what I said.
You said something.
Oh, I didn't say butt.
That's what
You said A, she said A55, I'm pretty sure, but I don't want to, you know, this is a family channel. So we'll substitute the A55 for butt. So, yeah. So G strings and conversations like that, it's all good, guys.
Vandy just said first the G string, now the Strip. Y'all gonna get me hurt.
Well, that's what it was called. It was called the Strip, and everyone turned around right there, and that's where we found it a great place to practice, because you would be surprised how many people would pull in and listen to the band, and we could look at people's reactions whether or not it was something, because those are the people that were going to bars and listening to music. That's who you were going to play to. Mm-hmm. The active crowd that was out cruising, drinking beer, carrying on. We did that a lot.
I was going to say, and to kind of talk more about this rap deal, I wish I would have put this when I released my book, because I got a book on instrument maintenance out.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, free shameless plug.
Right. So I wrote that book a couple years back. So it tells me that this is kind of newish information to me. I learned this maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And I was sitting there thinking, it's like, I could do a second, I could do another edit. I'm like, I ain't got time for that. But yeah, it comes back. There goes a screwdriver, my bad. It's not about the amount of wraps. It's about the break angle. So this guy still has a tidbit of play to it. Obviously, I didn't have a whole lot more string to play with as far as adding wraps to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly push down here to get them seated. And I'm not going to tighten these down all the way. But I'm just going to kind of get them started. And I'm just going to finger tighten it. Just like that. And
I always finger tight. That way you don't have to worry about cross-threading that into the locker.
And the reason why I'm going to do this, because we're going to still be able to tune it. Oops, I got this one sideways. Let's not do that. Let's show that we know a little something here. Oh, come on, you. Yeah, this one's going to be, there we go. And this is just going to kind of help hold it in place, but we're still going to be able to tune it. And that'll keep my strings from, kind of help bring them down a little bit lower too. So that way, when it does come time to lock everything down, hopefully it won't sharpen them too much, if any at all.
Vandy wants to know,
There we go.
Avery, would a Classic 50 head work for you? It's a tweed model.
Ooh, that would be nice. It all depends on how much. The issue with shipping something like that is cost, because the head's heavy. The transformers are heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, reach out to me on Discord. I would be interested in it. Because right over there, I have a PV Penta cabinet, and that Penta cabinet would be awesome with a Classic 50 head. Awesome. Yeah, reach out to me. I'm definitely interested in that.
How do you like to set your fine tuners before we tune her up?
Since you don't have that, I always give them a couple turns in, because you know it's going to go sharp a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So
It's going to go sharp a little bit.
make sure I already checked, but they're all the way out. Depends on the distance. Some folks say do half and half. I like to do just a little before half because, you know, give you a little more room to play with. But like he said, it's probably going to go a little sharp, so I need to back it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Vandy said he's trying to horse trade on the price.
Horse trade.
On the price.
Oh. Okay.
Let's see, where am I at?
Yeah, I've been looking for one. Well, basically, what I've been looking for is the combo. And I haven't really landed. I looked at one that had the 410s.
There we go.
And I thought that one was nice. And then I found one with the single 15. And then originally I was looking for a 212 cabinet. So the head would be fine because I got a 412 Penta cabinet there. And I can find a Classic 50 cab. So they made the 15. I could buy a Classic 50-15 cab. I could make that work. I could have a bunch of different combinations and not be locked in to a 410 or a 212, or, you know, that would actually probably, in my case, be better, if that makes sense. I think the only thing that would kill it is the shipping. So you're going to want X for it, and the shipping is going to be ridiculous on it because of the weight. But reach out to me on Discord. I'll give you my address, and you can check on shipping. We'll work something out. I'm sure we can come to terms on something with it. And it's the tweed one, so that's the one. That's the one I'm really looking for, is the tweed. Okay, guys, we got the strings on it. I'm going to switch camera angles here. So if you're familiar with the channel or unfamiliar with the channel, this is MusicNGear. Tonight, this is called Tech Talk. So we just kind of get together and we go over tech stuff. Brian works on guitars for a living at a local music store, Shenandoah Music. Free plug to those guys. This is a guitar that's going to go out on their floor. So this was unboxed today. And this is what the guitars at Shenandoah Music go through. Brian opens them up, he double checks them, cleans them up, makes sure they're properly set up, and then they go out to the sales floor for sale. So I want to give them a shout out, because without them we wouldn't have the instrument to show you these little tricks. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Believe it or not, it actually takes a lot of time and effort to do these type instructional videos. Yeah, I don't even like using the word instructional, because the chat window is just as instructional as what we're doing. When you guys are communicating and you're giving how you do it and how you do this, it really opens up a lot of different possibilities, if that makes sense. So we're going to take a 5-minute break, guys. That allows everyone to get something to drink, get a snack, and hit the restroom. And when we come back, we're going to double check the intonation on the guitar. We're going to check the action height on the guitar, and whatever else Brian does. I'm not going to influence what he does. to the setup. So let's see what the basic setup does at Shenandoah. Okay. All right, guys. 5-minute break, and when we come back, if you got any questions, again, I put a bunch of question marks. Your question, more question marks, and Linnell, that'll flag it for one of the moderators to tell us. And again, guys, I really want to thank everyone that comes every week to check out the channel and participate. It means a lot to us. All right, 5-minute break, guys. And I'm pretty sure I got a squirrel window for this.
Oh, nice.
Okay, guys. Just so everyone knows, right now he's adjusting the screws on the claw. And I was just looking at OBS. I think I'm just a little hot on the lavaliers when I talk. I'm pretty sure I'm on this one. Check, check, check. Yep. So we are, working on the system, guys. Little tiny changes.
Oh, that's what I wanted. All right.
Okay. A little bit of a change. Not quite as hot. All right, setup blocks time.
All right. So I purposely loosened this bridge up. Well, I should say these springs here in the back. So that way this bridge would pull forward. And Skyscraper Guitars makes these awesome little blocks. I love these things. Yeah, there you go. I've probably had these blocks in my inventory now for probably 6 years.
Shout out to Skyscraper.
Yeah.
If you're watching, you make good products, man.
Make good products, and my blocks are getting a little worn. Just hint, hint. No. I'm wearing them out. So I'm looking at, of course, the gap I have here. Well, we got to find the correct block with the step to put back here. I think this might be my guy. It's going to be the bigger guy.
Now, you're going to laugh, but I have never used setup blocks.
Oh, yeah?
No.
That's about to change tonight.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, what the heck? Okay, so I got my block in, and they're stepped down, so that way you can kind of fine tune it in the spot, like so.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Our bridge is now flat, so we can move forward with our work as soon as I clear up this table some. That way I don't accidentally beat something up here, like drop the guitar on the floor and all kinds of craziness. There we go. Actually, you know what? Let me just go ahead and tune her up.
I'm going to set your stuff.
So now we're hitting the sharp. Always tune up the pitch, don't tune down the pitch. Another little tip. Well, I went with G. All right. Next, I'm going to go ahead and stretch these strings out. And in one of the past videos, you probably remember me showing you this here at 12th fret. I just pull up on the string. Let's go down the line. Tune it again. That's tune up the pitch. And
Now, that you're hearing, we are using noise gates. So what you're hearing is the gate clip back and forth when it engages and disengages.
so I'm going to do this one more time because it didn't really change the pitch at all. There we go. Just make sure. That one, G went down just a hair. B went down just a hair. He's good. So, as you can see with the million of wraps we have around the tuning key, we're still fine. We're good.
Okay.
So we're good there. Alrighty. So this is locked in place. So now we can do whatever we want to this guitar. And then at the very end, I'm going to show you how to, what I call, tune the bridge to the guitar. And not the other way around. Would you like to do the honors, sir?
What are we doing?
You want to do neck adjustment, string height, anything you want to do?
Well, it goes out on the floor, so
That's okay.
yeah. This is you. Let me get my action height gauge.
This is Brian's night.
Yeah, it really is. So everybody's different. you guys will see that I jump around from imperial to metric.
Vandy said no deal on the Classic 50. He wants too much for it. His price is as high as Willie Nelson.
Oh my gosh.
You still got your little Allen key.
Which one you need?
Your hex wrench 4 mil. There she is. All right. See if I can. Come on. Where you at? There it is. I'm gonna give it a little tighten here. See where she's at. That little bit of rustling you'll hear is probably coming from my shirt, which is all good. Yeah, just a tad bit more. I don't need to get too specific with it. Yeah, that should be good. I believe it wasn't that bad.
Retune.
Right? I'm going to actually do another little stretch here. Just make sure this thing is doing what I want it to do. Yeah, see? There you go. All right, don't worry about that a little bit. That's not bad.
All right, let's see what you got there.
All righty. Fender and Gibson. That's kind of cool. I like how they labeled that. I need to get one for like acoustic guitars, like Martin. Oh, that's right. This ain't the StewMac version. This actually goes all the way across the way.
Yeah.
I like it.
Skyscraper.
Yeah. So I'm going to compare, and this is just my own curiosity. I'm just comparing the fingerboard
To the fret.
to the fret, which my eyes tell me that fingerboard's a little straighter. Just about a tidbit there. Yeah, I think we're good. Do you like yours super straight?
I'm getting straighter. I always put on my guitars. I used to always put a little relief, but I'm starting to do more on the straighter side.
I'm kind of with you, honestly. I'm kind of getting that way myself. All right, cool. All right, next. Let's see what kind of action we got.
Do you want metric or that's imperial?
We'll just do imperial, and if anything, I can read off of metric. So with, I'm trying to remember here, as far as factory specs with Jackson, I think it's 1.3 millimeters as far as that goes, 1.3 to 1.5, and 2 to 2.3 at the 12th fret, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. It may be. Sometimes it's weird with some of these I read because they'll change it on you. Some of their books will tell you one thing, and some of their books will tell you another.
Well, if it's a Squire, they tell you to set it in the next zip code so it doesn't play as good as the Fender.
Yeah, I think theirs is 1.5 and 2 to 2.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't do it like that. I give them the Fender setup. Okay, if I were to capo here at the, use my finger here as the capo, so to speak. 50 thou, probably just a hair over 55. Well, I'll say probably about 55 thousandths. And here I would say, probably around 76 to 79. So that'd put me about 5/64 and 3/64. So that's about typical what I'm used to seeing. Measuring at the 12th fret. But this is a shredder guitar. This is a metal guitar. Let's see what we got 17th fret. I'm going to bring it back. I'm reading right on the line of 90 thousandths. So that's too high. And right above the line on 60 thousandths. Usually with these type of guitars that are, let's see what you got. made for a lot of blazing lead playing. You usually want to aim, I want to say at the, well, if you're a shredder, like if you're really digging into it, a lot of those guys are about 3/64 on the 17th fret on the treble E, and usually just almost just under 1/16 of an inch on the bass E there at the 17th fret.
So how far do you want to go down?
Let's see how far she'll go before it chokes.
All right, guys, you can cheat. Number one rule on the channel. Do not put your tool in this and turn this. Don't do it. Get the pressure off this bridge before you do that. So you can take the pressure off a little bit. You can put the block in it. He's got it tuned. The problem right now, there's tension on this.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to turn that, it's going to want to grind that knife edge in. So we're probably going to lose your setup block.
That's okay. I'll tell you what, yeah, again, bend it the back this way, and it should fall right out. We can always reset it.
So get that tension off the string to where it's flat. And we also, you don't want to be so far out of kilter. So what I'm looking at is the flat plate, okay? You don't want, if you want this to go higher, you need to shim the saddle. You can get a little bit, but as soon as you start twisting this plate like this, it starts binding the knife edges. So I'm kind of looking at it, seeing how it's setting on both sides. Says it needs a little bit more on the low E. You can get it a little bit out, but if you go too far out, it won't return to zero properly.
Is that made in Japan, Korea, or USA?
This is probably Indonesia. You
Yeah.
know, there's no serial number. This is a fake Jackson. There's no serial number, no IC number. Oh, they put it down there. This says CWJ, so I'm not sure where this one is made, guys.
Wicked Fester said China, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah,
CWJ.
I think he's correct on that one.
All right, to the bottom of the E on the 12th, we have 0.065. And on the high E, get about 0.060. So as far as a store setup, that's probably where a store would put it. Do you want to go lower?
Now, let's see. Let me go ahead and put the block in. How bad is that bridge raised up there? Is that knocking our numbers off?
Yeah, it's gonna go lower.
Okay. Let me go ahead and set that block back in real quick. And that's the thing I love about these blocks. There we go. Where's it? There it is. ABT, always be tuning. Let me see where we're at here.
Niall said, "Are y'all gonna cut those strings? My OCD's messing with me." LMAO.
No, man, I wanted to dangle.
Hey, man, it's the 80s hair, man.
Are you using Elixir strings?
Nah, these are the Dario NYXL 942s.
It sounds like something you hear on Tom and Jerry.
Right? It's not choking. So yeah, we're just a little over 60 thou on the 17th fret and 50 thou on the 12th fret on the bass end, and on the treble E we're just above 40 thousandths there, and we're about probably about 55 thousandths here. Actually, I'd say that's pretty good. And keep in mind, like I say, for a shredder plane, it's going to be very saturated, so a little bit of buzz ain't going to hit nothing. You want to check her out, see what you think?
Let's see what we got.
You did pretty good, by the way, just cranking it.
Yeah, well, I'm really good at setting bridges up. I can, yeah. I mean, that's low, but it's not so low where it's going to kill the harmonics in your pinch. So we're probably at like 0.062 12th low E. And probably 0.059. You got parallax, guys, so that's a pretty good. I mean, it shouldn't have an issue there. See, I'm trying to get. Yeah, it's still harmonically friendly and it's easy to play.
Yeah, I think it's good right where it's at. Alrighty. So, string action set, next good.
But always, guys, get the tension off the bridge, off those posts. Do not put that tool and crank that with that full pressure. Just putting the bar in the guitar and pushing it all the way down to the body, okay, takes that pressure off, and you're instantly going to notice the screw turns way easier. If you're grinding that knife edge into that post, you're destroying that bridge.
Well, the beautiful thing is because the knife edge comes in like this, so when you do tip it forward, not only are you releasing the pressure, but you're actually going in the shape of the knife edge.
Yeah.
So, you know, to me, I have no problems with doing it like that. Not at all. Okay, so here's the fun part. Setting the float. All right. So, we already stretched the strings. So let's do this
So they
first.
don't have the OCD fit, you know?
Well, my biggest thing when it comes to Floyd Rose bridges is this guitar has to maintain tuning before I lock it down.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that this thing is going to be solid. Now, if it's good without those locking tuners, then I know we're going to be good when I lock those guys in. And I expect a few turns with the fine tuners there at the bridge. I just don't want to see nothing major. And finally, this little guy poking out here. All right. Yeah, we don't want the puppy to get a hold of these guys here. There we go. I'll let you. You got it?
Yep.
All right. Okay. So, I don't want to lay the instrument down on the bridge or anything while I'm doing this. So I need to find a comfortable way to find that screwdriver. There it is. So with this blocks, what we're going to do is I'm going to do a turn here. Come on. Turn, bring it in. Now go back and forth to each one. And I'm watching to make sure that this stays parallel, that both sides are even. Now if this was my guitar, I would take that spring, I'd move them
Straight.
Yeah, but that's me. That's neither here nor there. It's just where I get OCD.
Steve had to drop off for a while. They had tornado warnings, and then he said all good here.
Daggone.
They've been getting some bad weather up in Michigan.
Vandy said, being a Jackson V, Avery's gonna have to play Robin Crosby's parts from Rat.
So this little block is starting to loosen up. It's not ready to fall out yet, so I'm going to give it another quarter turn on both sides. There we go. And we'll see. There we go. So the block lifts up real easily. Now let's see where she's at too.
Wait till I play it in the cheater way, that you don't have to stretch.
Okay. So, I forgot to tune this daggone thing when I clipped the string ends. That's okay. I say. Anyways, okay, we see how it's sharp, except for that G string.
Hey, darn G-string always gets us in trouble.
Okay, so here we go. So right now we're hitting sharp. After a block removed, so
You have more trouble with the G-string if you play this on the beach.
right.
Just saying, it's real troublesome.
So instead of me trying to tune back down, tune back up into pitch, what that tells me is when I was tightening this up in order to take this block out, this is just a hair too tight. So instead of me tuning it to tune keys, I'm going to tune it right here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to back it out until those strings are in pitch. And that's how you tune the... If it hits a little flat like it is now, it'd been a lot easier if I would have, tuned it after I clipped those strings.
I like that.
So what I'm going to do is now as they're slightly sharp, flat. So I'm just going to barely turn these screws in. There we go. Just a little turn, There we go.
Does it have ceramic, Alnico, active, or neo? I don't know how to say that. Humbuggers.
I don't really know.
We did look up the specs on the guitar, guys. I'm gonna say at $500, these are probably ceramics or an Alnico, one of the two. They're not active. There's no battery. I'm probably gonna say it's probably most likely a ceramic.
Alrighty, so the bridge is parallel. It's flat. It's the way it's supposed to be. Everything's in good working order. Now we get to lock those. Would you like to do the honors? We'll see how well we did on our little tuna wraps there. A tuna wraps.
Sounds like a tuna fish sandwich.
Tuna wraps. All right, let's see what we got. See where the tuning hits. Slightly sharp, slightly flat.
That's not horrible
No, that's not bad at all.
for no string tree.
It's kind of what I expected. Can you imagine how bad it would have been if we wouldn't have put some of the wraps in there? Oh, okay. A little bit more. Come on. Yeah. I think we're good. Yep. All done. You want to jam it?
Yeah, let's see what this thing sounds like, guys.
See if it stays in tune with the bar.
Well, we're just gonna do let me see if I got a pickup here.
There we go.
You'll have to hit the button on the tuner, and I have to, we gotta open up the wing. First, I need to start the HX Stomp edit. HX Stomp edit. And now we need to activate the chain. So this would be the bridge position. That's bridge. This is both pickups.
Now it's starting to.
What's a floating bridge? So
Yeah.
strings are going to stretch.
It's starting to settle it a little bit down.
Neck position.
Metal Mark says, I remember in a previous live stream you said if you practice 1 hour daily, you can be a real good guitar player. Still hold to that?
I think 1 hour daily, it doesn't take you long. It really doesn't. It's a perishable skill. I say this all the time. Playing a guitar is very much like riding a motorcycle. If you don't do it, you lose it. And I don't care how good you are. And if you're going to be on top of your game, you definitely need to play every day. That's something I don't do, guys. I do not play my guitar every day. I try to, but I don't. I play guitar more now because of YouTube than I used to. But if you really want to be top of your game, you probably need to play at least an hour to an hour and a half every day. And you have to not just putter, you need to really come up with a practice routine and practice. That being said, you also need to have fun with it. Don't be so buried about trying to become better that you lose the fun.
Yeah.
Maybe practice hard for 30 minutes on stuff that you're trying to learn, and then do a good 30 minutes of doing you. Enjoy why you bought the guitar. The V is just so... Hold the tune well. It's comfy. My issue is the V.
Yep.
See, with the V, guys, you got the tremolo here. So when you capture the guitar, now the tremolo, so you got to make sure that you put the tremolo on your leg like that so you can reach it. It's comfy. I wouldn't. It's fine right where it's at. You could still get. You can still get the harmonics. It's low enough where it's easy to play. It's a playing position. Yeah, it would take me a little while to get used to it. I feel like it's a V, guys. So I feel like I'm trying to hold the guitar up with this hand. I like it. I think you did a good job.
Do you like shock rock bands like Wasp, Lizzie Borden, Leatherwolf, Vicious Rumors, Crocus, Alice Cooper?
You know, guys, as long as I can groove to it, Croker was awesome. Alice Cooper was awesome. All those bands were awesome. I listen to pretty much everything. I like rock and roll that grooved. If it has a solid groove, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Some of the best rock songs that groove, AC/DC, there's nothing they wrote complicated, guys, but it has a groove. I like Yngwie Malmsteen. Okay, he somehow made that have a groove. I mean, what do you used to say? How can less be more? More is more. And that's what he did. He would just more. I like everything. I do.
How was the intonation?
The intonation now. Give it a check there. Let's see where you at.
I remember when I first started doing this work, and I was taking some certification classes. And the instructor said nothing's going to make you madder than fine-tuning a guitar with a Floyd Rose to a strobe tuner. Yeah, see, it's... Of course, we changed...
Actually, I set mine on the flat side. And I'm going to let guys know why on a Floyd, I always set a little on the flat side. But it needs to be consistent. It didn't sound like it was that bad when I was playing it.
Yeah. these weird chords can kind of really help you
Yeah.
find them.
We can switch tones here. There you go, clean tone.
Some seventh chords getting fancy.
Those pickups don't sound bad.
No, they're not bad at all. If I can find it right. Always liked seeing how
He gets pretty dark.
and it's got a nice gradual change to it as well. So I'm always kind of listening for that. I don't want that sudden drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is awkward.
What's the neck sound like in the clean?
It's pretty clear. It's not muddy. It can be though.
That's all the way down,
It's all the way down.
and then all the way up.
I like it.
Do the center position.
Oh yeah.
Center. That's not bad.
And roll off that. And that's just rolling back the tone a little bit.
Roll back the volume just a fraction. It does what it's supposed to do. It takes that pick attack out when you roll it back just a little bit.
Nice.
So what's the retail or map price?
Just rounding up a couple pennies, like $500.
So it's probably what, $4.99?
I think it's like $4.99 some change. Oh yeah. I don't know. I didn't know what I was going to think of those pickups, but I think they actually sound pretty good.
Let's see what. You always get a different impression when you're playing it versus clear,
Yeah.
clean. That's neck. This is center. get a nice. I like the pickups.
Got a super chat from Pinagore.
Ooh, thank you, Mr. Penagore. These pickups, they get a. Let's cut it back just a little bit.
They got a nice clarity to them.
Neck position. I like it. For $500, guys, when we're looking at, like, I consider this to be a budget guitar, okay? It's 2026. At $500, the pickups, they're okay. You don't need to change the pickups. Let's go to a different high gain, just so we can get a couple different. See how it. There it is. This is my noisiest gain channel.
That was awful.
Yep, that's awful. Here's the second one. Third high gain channel. And fourth high gain channel. I have that one set up for drop tuning. This one is the one I've been using more for standard stuff.
Sustain.
It's good sustain. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. I like the pickups. They sound like ceramics to me. If someone wants to Google, this one is, we don't have the actual model number of this one.
I think it's like a JS32 maybe?
JS32?
I could be wrong. It's somewhere around that neighborhood, yeah.
It's staying in tune, guys. I don't think you can get any more abusive than that.
It's like, yes.
It's a good setup. I like it.
I call that a winner.
Yeah, that's a winner. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any other questions, guys? Because Thursday night, it's just we putter, okay? Yeah, that's what Tech Talk's about. We take instruments and give them a little tune-up. So if you're interested in this guitar, it's going to go on the floor starting tomorrow at Shandor Music. Reach out to them. See what they'll do for you. You know, I like it. It's holding tune. I think it's got a decent sound. The routing on the guitar is really nice. And
Yeah.
I don't know all of them, but I know this fingerboard is really dark. Sometimes, you know, I get on Sweetwater and I start looking, and they get this like chalky brown colored fretboard.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the chalky brown fretboard. I like the darker color, and that one really darkened up. It's pretty sharp. Oh, something we got to do.
Yep.
Truss rod cover.
It's definitely going to need that back.
Just happened to look over and see that was
Yeah, I gotta
missing.
get the back plate back on. Well, you know what? We're going to have to lay this guy on the table here. Because gravity isn't working for me.
Gravity.
Yeah, gravity.
Gravity.
It's always working against me, you know. It's pulling me down, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get that back plate on there too.
There's the 2 screws there,
Oh,
and
thank
one
you.
more screw. Almost forgot the truss rod cover.
Here's the fun part, because since these guys are not magnetic,
It's Chinesium.
Chinesium. So if I change anything, well, I don't know. I probably wouldn't even have a truss rod cover on there. I'd probably just leave it off.
Yeah, well, this one's done well enough to where it wouldn't
Look,
bug me leaving it off.
and you know, this one didn't go in too bad, but I guess if we want to put in another little maintenance tip, where'd I put it? Oh, there it is. There we go. Good old screw loop. You can tell it's been a long day.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't had a day off in, what, 2 weeks on? Mm-hmm. No, not, normally I'll do work every day, but it's work and then work on guitars downstairs. Literally, I have been working job 7 days a week and then doing the other stuff.
Okay. Vandy Vandy wants to know if your obsession with squirrels, is it because when you see one you lose your train of thought?
Yeah, it was like, you know, when the dog goes squirrel. That's me. I don't know what started that. I think what it was, someone made a comment on one of my very first guitar reviews, and I sped it up, and someone said, "Oh man, it's like squirrel mode," and it kind of stuck. And then I got a picture of the squirrel, and I put whenever we would speed up the camera, it become a thing. And that's where all that started. It become viewers and then me, and it just kind of capitalized. And I don't know if you watched the last edited review of the SG. If you didn't see it, there is squirrel content in that review. I'm not going to tell you where it is because it only lasts for about 3.5 seconds to 4 seconds. But there is squirrel content in that review.
You know, that'd be a nice little thing, is like every video just have like some squirrel hidden.
Yeah.
It's like, if you can find it, then we'll send you this.
We knew where it was, and it took Linnell and I about 5 minutes to find it. And we knew where it was in the video. So it's going to be really hard for people to cheat and scroll through and see it. That's what we were trying to do. And finally we gave up because we knew where it was, and we had to let it play through to actually see it. But there is squirrel content in the last edited review.
Devastator said, I thought it was because you're always chasing a nut.
Well, that's true. But Liddell could take that the other way too, so just saying. I think it would be her chasing the nut and not me. Just putting it out there.
Anyway.
Hey, this is a real channel.
Chasing nuts and screw lube. I mean, we got it all going on here.
Screw lube. Oh my gosh. I didn't think about that. Now,
Oh,
you
man.
did that one. That wasn't
Right?
any. And she probably jumped the shark on the people in the. They don't even think they come up with that.
Hey,
one.
now,
Screw lube.
before you get listed, that's the name. Screw
Oh,
lube.
screw lube. It actually is called screw lube.
Screwing has never been easier. Not my word. Theirs. And I quote,
Oh my gosh.
it's a really cool company. I want to say it's veteran owned.
That is strange.
What's that?
I just noticed. Instead of it being 2, 2, 2, they've offset the screws on the cover plate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, two here. And
I don't
corners.
know why. I guess just to be different. But I like that guitar.
Yeah, I
And
didn't.
I think anyone buying a V, it is a stand-up instrument. I hate to say it. If
Oh,
you're in a
right.
band and you're standing up, if you're sitting with it, it fights you. It's a V. That's what it does.
There we go. Come on.
Whoever gets this guitar, you're going to get a far better guitar than if you ordered it anywhere else because it has been properly set up now. The factory setup on this guitar, I'm going to say was,
Yeah.
it was in China. It was 0.09.
Yeah.
That's bad. That the factory setup was bad.
Yeah, and that's like I said, I don't try to pick on this stuff too hard, but every instrument that comes out of the box that I ever dealt with is not at factory specifications. Even though the factory says, hey, this guitar is set up
Should
for
be
this.
it come from them, and they're saying it should be this, but it's not.
It's not. Yeah, it's either too low, too high, or just wonky all over. And don't get me wrong, I can't even say that with a straight face.
Well, there's no way that this was set up where it was made and it went out of adjustment coming across in the band.
Exactly.
That was too far out for a change.
Yeah, exactly.
placement.
So it's like I say, it's every one of them that I ever touch. It's very rare. Every now and on a very rare occasion, I may get one where it's close. It's
Yeah,
like, okay,
close.
this is close.
Well, I
But-
will say this on this one, you did very little neck adjustment on the
Yeah.
truss rod.
It's very little adjustment.
So usually coming across the big pond and the other pond, that will really do.
Yeah.
That being said, it was just the action height
Yeah.
from Jackson out of the box was just crazy high.
And most of the time, I end up having to do a lot of work getting the bridge flow correct, and it's a whole thing.
You know, guys, this isn't a full review. We didn't go through and check all the frets, but at this action height, there's no dead frets. I don't feel anything peculiar. That doesn't mean if we went through it with a fret rocker, we wouldn't find something. But this is a good action height. The .065 is a good action height.
Yeah.
And I'm not being pompous or anything else. I get why people want stupid low action height. It's easier to play. But there's a trade-off. There is. When you get, if you go past .06 on the low E, I just found it starts choking. The notes still openly play.
Yeah.
It just seems to, one, it chokes your sustain.
Yep.
And it seems like it's harder to get harmonics out of the guitar.
Yeah. It's a compromise. It's and all string instruments are like that. You have to make compromises for what you're trying to achieve. I mean, yeah, really low action is, like you said, it's great. It's easy to play, but there's also that compromise that you have to make. You know, high action the same way. It's like, okay, well now I can get more tone, et cetera, but the compromise is, you know, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to play.
We don't have enough time for me to sand on the neck, guys. I hate to say it. It's just not enough time for me, because it'll take me 10 or 15 minutes to block sand it out, and then I have to wait an hour for a cure to put 2 coats on it. So it would be nice if I could. It just, we don't have enough time for me to block sand it out. All right, guys, if you haven't already, please go down, hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to be different. You can go over to our Discord, and everyone here posts on Discord. So if you have other questions for Brian, you can post on Discord. There's a tech room, there's a guitar room, there's all kinds of different things going on over there. Post your projects or post your problems. And there's always people there that are willing to help. So continue with that. And then if you're watching this video, please come back and post in the comment section for us. That really does help YouTube push the video out for new people to find the channel. You got anything else you want to add, man, before we call it a night?
Oh, not really. I'm tired. But thanks to everybody that was always coming to hang out. I hope that with what we did today, there was some things that you may have caught on to that you could possibly utilize with your own instruments in the future. And like I say, it's always the little things. You know, we're always looking at the grand big picture, but it's the small things like the, you know, break angle here from the nut to the post here. Screw lube. Before you put a screw back in, put a little lube on that sucker, you know, and
Put it in. Yeah.
You know, chapstick works, candle wax works. You know, I was a KY, no.
Everyone uses Astroglide. You never use KY.
Astroglide, but no, it's like all that stuff will work, but it will make your life a whole lot easier when it comes time to take that component back apart if you have to, or take the plates off. It's as you see, I used it up here for the truss rod cover. I used it for the back. Those are going to be consistent areas that's going to need access to. So let's make that a little easier for us. But anyways,
cool.
Other than that, I hope you all caught on something, and if you did, you know, share it on Discord. Let me know.
I think each stream, if you just see one or things that are kind of interesting, we're not saying this isn't gospel, guys. You know, that's what the comment section's for. How do you do it different? You know, that's the big thing. We're all just throwing ideas out, and at the end of the day, we're hoping that we saw something or gained a little something, a different approach. Tonight, that right there. I never thought about doing that to change the rake angle of the string. To me, that's worth $1,000 because I'd never thought of it. It's something new.
It's something small. You know?
Yeah, and right, it's small but new. It's like, oh, cool, you know, and that's what it's about. I learned something. I'm sure if you guys, there was something that you can move forward with and learn. All right, guys, thanks so much. Saturday night, we're gonna make some. Well, tonight actually it went pretty well. We were gonna maybe reintroduce the AG08 if we had a lot of problems, but I'm gonna go back and listen to the stream. Hopefully the lavaliers work pretty good. I'm not hearing anything funny, but I will go back and listen to the stream. Any pointers to make audio or video better, we're always open to listen to it. We're trying to get better. All right, guys, thanks so much. We're going to do our 5-minute ending window, and that allows everyone to say goodbye and post more comments. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you Saturday night.